Okay, hold on. Just waiting for the chat to load up. There we are. Hello, everyone. Dr. Norbert here, calling you from my artist residence out in Norfolk today. We are here to stream one of the two semifinals games from the MCP TTS League's Season X. And with me is a friend who's gotten even more friendly with me after a wonderful time together at Adepticon. Good old Mike from the Danger Room. Hello, Mike.
How's it going, Norbert? Happy to be here.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us for this really special game. We're back at it after I got con crud bad after Adepticon this year, sadly. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm still kind of getting over it. But it's nice to then also be past that and also now back into the league. This is semifinals. So we had one winner yesterday who knocked the Oceanic League out of the finals. So that'll be one person from the East League. And tonight we have the other semifinals game, which is going to be Joemanji, who is from Europe, in the UK, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine as well. And he's playing against Razalas, who's from the West bracket. And he hails from San Luis Obispo, California, which is north of Santa Barbara, which is north of Los Angeles, so middle of the Californian coast. And yeah, sorry. And your family is near there, sort of?
My family's in Santa Clarita right now. Yeah, they all just kind of migrated out to California from Michigan. I'm originally from Michigan, though. So.
I see. Okay. And you're currently in Denver?
I'm in Denver.
Yeah.
I'll be leaving Denver in the next 2 or 3 months.
Nice. So. Yeah. Great. So we're really happy. Yes, no Huggy Bear tonight. He is with his family celebrating Easter. This is Easter weekend. I hope everybody who's celebrating Easter is having a great time with their families this weekend, and also those who are celebrating Passover, which is happening just about the same time. And so let us get into it. I'm going to let the boys know that we are ready here. Hang on. Live. And in the meantime, maybe you can let the listeners know what kind of rosters they've brought along tonight.
Yeah, so start with Joe. He's playing his traditional X-Men. Joe's been playing his mains X-Men, right? He just plays a lot of X-Men.
Yep.
Looking at his list, it looks like he has the standard build for X-Men. I'd say the only thing that's kind of his flair, if you will, he has Hulk and Rhino. I guess I would assume it's an answer to deal with the other big boys like Malekith and maybe opposing Rhinos and Hulks.
Yep,
typically X-Men Infection can't really move size 4, so I think that's his alternative or his solution to that. Also, jumping Hulk off with the leadership is pretty sweet. So
cool.
As far as Razalas goes, he's just playing mono Cabal, I believe. He beat up a bunch of my locals in the Swiss.
Is it a Malekith-driven list?
Yeah. I think Malekith's his only Cabal leader, but he has been making good work of MODOK this season, the original Cabal MODOK. I haven't watched much of his games, but I've been told where he's been aim lackeysing Malekith forward, and just doing a lot of good work with MODOK.
Interesting. So instead of using the cat and dog that we saw at Adepticon, where Lockjaw serves that role, he's using aim lackeys to do it.
It seems that way, yeah. Razalas is not running advanced R&D, so his Malekith can't move up round 1, or charge round 1, rather. I don't think he has any ways to do that. Looking at his list real quick. No, it doesn't appear that he does. But I think it's still viable to just play a scenario with Malekith round 1, and then, MODOK can maybe attack something, and you can get name lackeys in somewhere, and then you're making 2 attacks, and yeah.
All right, let's take a look at what the boys have chosen. So tonight's map is brought to us by Pat from Across the Bifrost. His urban map, really straightforward map, really fun as a result. This is, good, solid MCP map. And it turns out Joemanji, he's the X-Men player, / Brotherhood, sort of. He won priority and chose his secures. Razalas chose 15 points out of a choice of 15 or 17. So the secure turned out to be Riot Spark, and the extract was Research Station. What do you make of these choices?
So I think Joe's probably a little unhappy with his draw here. I think Riot's is probably the one he wanted to see the least. I think Malekith's quite good on Riots, whereas the pay to flips would definitely be in X-Men's favor.
Yep.
Also, researchers probably what Razalas wanted the most, so
Ugh.
I think Razalas is pretty happy with this pull.
Yeah. We watched Joemanji playing his quarterfinals game, and he also took Riot Spark, and it was actually quite difficult for him. There was some late game misplays, I think, that enabled him to win in part anyway. And the scenario was not doing, the Securers in particular were not doing him any favors at the time. It was riots and hammers at that point. So this sounds even worse with research station.
Yeah, I think Joe is just opting to not play sword. Probably for like the 15 threat can feel a little weird. I think for some X-Men players. So they're always their third secure is always kind of in flux. I think people have been trying riots or infinity or they stick to sword or even deadly meteors.
Um, I was wrong. It wasn't riots. It was the other one, the other classic one from the box, the B-shaped one that he was playing.
Oh,
Extremis.
infinity formula.
Yeah, yep. Not Extremis, Infinity Format. Thank you. Yeah, it was the Bs there. So
Yep,
maybe the
yep.
Ds, will be okay. Not sure, comparatively.
I mean, I think both of these teams like Map D. Uh, they're both quite mobile. Malekith likes to not fight your whole team at once. He wants to kind of just fight one thing at a time.
Mm.
Uh, so I am curious. I mean, Modok would struggle to get value on this map, but it is research station now, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is just going to be a fight over the researcher.
Mm-hmm. They always seem to devolve to that, don't they?
Yeah.
Speaking of the
I don't need
map,
to get on my researcher rant.
oh, okay. We have Pagani's Ale House size 5 today, ladies and gentlemen. So that means that's not going to be thrown around. That might actually be quite important. Size 2 hot dog stand in between it, and the good old dumpling restaurant size 4 there. Size 2 in the back, size 1 motorcycle, a couple of size 2 cars right in the middle, then a size 3, and a size 4 in the south side, along with this dumpster here. So, quite impactful terrain. I'm particularly interested that we have a size 5, which we don't see terribly often in the leagues.
Yeah, I think the size fives are fine. You don't want every map to have one, but if there is going to be one, I think it's good if it's just kind of off to the side like this one is and
Yeah,
not super obtrusive.
yeah. What do you make of Razalas choosing 15 points instead of 17 threat?
I think that's pretty standard for Malekith players. They just want lower threats to have less to fight against, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just less things that Malekith has to deal with.
Interesting. Yeah.
Um,
That seems to be way with big
uh,
boy lists in general, isn't it? That they'd rather go lighter, even though they cost so many points themselves.
yeah, it has been that way, hasn't it? I mean, Black Order used to be that way
Yeah,
for a long time. They always
right.
wanted like 15 or 16 or something. Um, yeah, the game gets more skewy the lower threat you get, I think.
Yeah, fair point. All right, since we're all intrigued by Razalas, let's go ahead and see. And sure enough, that is a tall list. Yeah, not not cat and dog, but like you said, he's brought his Modoc probably for that aim lackeys. We'll see what card comes up. Malekith and Mystique. Now he's just putting his cards down. So let's take a look. Patch Up, Midnight Phantasmagoria, Deception, Dark Rain, and Brace. So no aim lackeys.
Yeah, I think maybe he opted to not play in lackeys this game just because it's researcher.
Mm-hmm. Fair,
Um,
fair, fair,
it's
fair,
not,
fair.
and the riots are probably not going to get scored a whole lot on the side, so it's probably just going to be a scrum up in the middle and play all your defensive cards.
Joe, as you predicted, brought his Hulk along for the big boys. Beast, Domino, ooh, and Storm. Love it. Kick them while they're down. Nice. That's a new one. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sacrifice, Brace, Fallback, and to me, my X-Men. What are your thoughts?
I'm curious about Kickham. I mean, his only status condition is Incinerate on Domino and the Shock on Storm. So I guess Beast has a bleed, but I'd be surprised if he gets that off. Uh, Normally that card comes with Pyro typically, but maybe one or two rerolls is enough
Yeah,
to
so
bring down Malekith.
you don't see it very often, so I'll read it out. Any character may spend 2 power to play this card. It's an active card. Choose an enemy character when targeting the chosen character with an attack this round. Allied characters may reroll 1 attack die for each special condition the chosen character has. So he has to put those on there. And so you were saying, who could do that? Storm can do it. Who else?
Yep, Domino has her grenade that
Yep.
incinerates. Storm shocks people on the lightning bolt,
Yep.
and Beast has a bleed on his spender, but it's not used very often. It's also range 2. Um,
All right, really interesting. I like this matchup tonight because I think it's intriguing. You don't. This is kind of not something you see every day.
yeah, this is I think this is gonna be a hard game for X-Men. We'll see. I feel like Joe really wants a recalibration matrix here, but I think he's gonna have to
We saw that. Now
survive
that's
without it.
interesting. Hey, Mike, you'd be pleased to know, as amazing the luck, Pat had Adepticon with his recal completely saving him in his finals game. He played his next league game after Adepticon, and recal did nothing for him. In fact, it actually the other guy do one more damage. Not, it was overkill anyway. So, but yeah.
Oh man, that happened to me at Adepticon. I recalled the Helios laser, and it came up like the same amount of hits, and my Thanos still died. So I was like, Pat, why am I not as good at recalling as you are? So I'm glad that Pat's mortal in some capacity.
Yeah. So that knocked him out of Season X. And here we are. It was so exciting. We're going to have the other winner of the game. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. The winner was, it was Lucas. Lucas from the East Coast meta who won. So he'll be in the
Yes, Lucas
finals.
won last night.
Yep. And so whoever wins tonight will be playing Lucas anytime between now and a week's time. And that'll wrap up Season X. Really successful league.
Yeah, this league was great.
I liked it because there were a nice
I had a
mixture
great
of
time.
old faces and lots of new players as well. And in fact, here you see it even in the finalists.
Yeah. These guys are both newish to the cut, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be selling them short. I don't know.
Yeah. Certainly Joe. I'm not sure about Razalas. He's been playing for some time. I'm not sure how far he got last time.
Cool.
All right. So we have Hulk in the center, Domino just to his left, Storm just to his left. Who's left over? Beast. Where is that little bugger? He's
I
on.
think Beast is on the building.
He's hanging out on the. And then we have Malekith right down the middle, MODOK just to the right, and Mystique is hiding underneath Malekith's wing over there. So yeah,
Yep.
nobody seems to be terribly worried about this Extremis console here on the north and south side of your board.
Yeah, I think going for the side extremes is going to be a trap. I think both these players know that. If you go for those, you're gonna the game's not gonna score fast enough. You're gonna lose the fight in the middle, and you'll just lose in the end.
Right.
So
Joe has priority. He cannot elect to pass because he has more characters, and so he's having Beast go forward within a hop range of Hulk. That's the thing
yeah,
about it.
this also doubles in protecting against deception.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, a nice reason to play X-Men, right? You're going to be doing this anyway.
Yep. I am a bit surprised Joe opted to bring Beast. Beast is like Malekith food in my experience, but we'll see.
Thank you, Jester, for pointing out when season 11 will be starting. We take a month off. We have a month off so that everybody can tune their lists and take a breather and hopefully get other players excited about joining the league who might be a little hesitant. Please do. And so he is mentioning that season 11 Swiss will start 15th of May until the 25th of June. Then we take a week break. And the elimination is the 3rd of July to the 6th of August. And then we have the month of August off. So 15th of May is when we'll be kicking off, which means you need to be registered a little bit before that. So, but keep in mind, mid-May. Razalas
I'm
electing.
excited.
Yeah, and I think you were one of the people who very kindly, when you guys critiqued how we were going to run a season X in your podcast on the Danger Room, I think you kindly mentioned how having a set schedule is just so much better for everybody involved.
I don't know if we did that. We definitely did it when we did. You did the roundtable with like Sooner, me. I think Nate was there, right?
Yep.
Someone had brought that up, and it was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Liam was there as well.
Yeah. So what if I'm alluding to is that we've decided to plan out all 3 leagues for the year in advance. So this is the first of the 3 leagues ending, but everybody knows if you go into the Discord, you can go into the league documents channel, and we have all the dates there listed for the next 2 leagues. How do people join the league? Very easy. Once we open registrations, you just sign up to, first of all, the Discord for TTS, and then you sign up into the Longshanks. When you sign into the Discord, you'll need to assign yourself the bracket that you want to join. So if you want to join, like, say, the East bracket, you want to hit the button that says you want to become an East player, because that allows you then to join this channel is dedicated to your bracket, and you can understand, you'll get all the messages about things that are happening. So Jester, maybe you can link or Mike, actually, if you have the link handy for the Longshanks for the current elimination rounds. If you throw it in the chat, that'd be great.
Yeah,
People have
put
asked.
that chat. Yep,
Thank you.
yep.
Right, so Mystique's moved forward, double moved. Unfortunately, I saw Razalas trying to make it in one move, but he couldn't. She's moved in forward to contest the researcher, and then Storm moved in from the side to contest the researcher and be behind Beast.
Yeah, it looked like Joe was measuring range 3 to Mystique with Domino, which Domino would be in on normal circumstance, but I think with the Beast kind of body blocking her, she was not able to get in to shoot Mystique. So
Right.
Storm was also out as well because of Mystique's stealth. So I think he's just opting to make a pass activation, if you will.
Right. We saw that. I don't know if you watched the last quarterfinals I streamed. There was what we were calling pseudo passes happening all the time. Really, by both sides, actually, very clever moves. Where pseudo pass in my parlance is where the model was activated but simply didn't do anything and just threw the activated token down.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of just holding until you can drop. I think Malekith wants to. I mean, Malekith isn't going to be super relevant here because I don't know. It looks like I don't know what's being measured right now.
Hulk
It looks like
is
Razalas is measuring
yep.
Hulk's impact.
Where is Hulk gonna be? Who do you think is meant to go after MODOK?
I think Joe is probably going to want to throw Malekith into MODOK. Like that's what I would be assuming, right?
Good call.
MODOK's kryptonite is just getting big things thrown at him.
Sure.
And
now this is an interesting turn of events here. We're having Malekith going to contest one of those flanking secures.
That is interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe he feels like it's a little dicey going to the middle, having to deal with like Hulk just punching you twice.
And remind me, the extremist ones are the ones that give you extra power when you're near them?
No, that you can spend one to heal a damage.
It's the healing
on
one.
somebody
Okay,
within 2.
Yeah, okay. All right, interesting. How did you see anything unique being done with Malekith at Adepticon?
Unique? I don't know. I mean, I think the cat dog stuff has like it's the most like the newest tech that people are playing.
Sure.
At least the taco truck guys are kind of jamming that. But I mean, Malekith is still like a threat, right? He's in 3 of the top 4 lists. He's just I'm not sure if he's probably some combination of hard to deal with and people didn't bring things to deal with him super well in the cut. This is lock list.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just nerfed before the season.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is you just have to play him like a sensible character now, and he's still quite effective.
Yeah, he just does a ton of damage, right? Like he's fast and he just does a ton of damage. And being size 4 makes it hard for a lot of people to interact with him. He's got like pretty good defenses. He's not invincible, but he's got decent defenses.
Yeah,
against most things in the game.
Now, Domino has a rule where you can't change dice against her, correct?
You can't explode your crits.
Oh, that's what defense. It is. Okay, so he still gets to count his skulls if he were to pay for them, but not explode them.
Correct, yeah.
But not explode them.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right, so Domino moves up to range and shoots Malekith.
Yeah, she's throwing the grenade at him to get that early incinerate.
Nice one. 2 hits, and there's the incinerate. which is actually a very, very good thing to put on Malekith.
Yeah, Joe's going to want to get that up as early as possible.
Razalas is very carefully trying to decide what's going to be Hulk's going to be doing. I mean, with Malekith out of the way now, he could get up onto that point and toss Mystique off and win it.
I don't know, because MODOK can walk up and shoot Hulk, probably do damage, and then bow him off.
Oh, bow,
So
of
it would just,
course. Yes.
yep.
That's how long I've been playing against MODOK. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen MODOK in forever.
I did play against him in the 2v2 tournament that we had at Adepticon. I think this is the second to last round that we played. Maybe even the one, yeah, second to last. Against an old War Machine buddy of mine, as a matter of fact. And what our plan was I was playing with Gil, of course, as you know. Our plan was we just kept pushing and throwing MODOK into a corner.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that,
so chat said Hulk has lack activation. They're right on that one. Yeah, I was. Razalas has been doing a lot of pre-measuring for Hulk, so I keep getting tools mixed
sure.
up. But yeah,
All right, so he's just decided to move MODOK kind of ahead of the back evac point, which doesn't do anything but puts him in range basically, and he's called it a day. Hulk's moved forward through the hop.
yep.
Sketchy Doctor very emphatically saying correct, and that's the one that matters. I'm not sure what he's referring to. The activation, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
All right. Hulk's hop forward, and I think he's going to be punching Mystique.
That's what it looks like. It's got a punch in a martial artist.
Yeah, good point. Ooh, nice hit. 5 hits, including 3 crits. No saves. Oh, 1 save with the martial
dead
artist.
if one of these converts.
Boom.
Mystique's dead.
Yep.
Okay.
Hulk being a bully. And that's the thing about Mystique. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to second guess Razalas' choice with Mystique, but when everybody's on a central scenario like this, it is a little easier for you to deal with having to be within 2 of her all the time, or 2 of your buddies all the time.
Yeah, I'd have to look at Razalas' list, but he might not have a better 3 threat to bring because he wants to bring MODOK and Malekith, right?
Yeah.
I guess he could play Zemo. Zemo's his alternative.
Well, Zemo, see now see in the limited ability that I have, I like the Zemo play because he's always going to be nearby on a center scenario, and then he's given everybody strategic genius.
I agree. I'm not a huge fan of Mystique into X-Men because she's often shooting into cover, and they just naturally get around her deception thing, the being in range 2.
Yep. Right.
I would have liked Zemo a lot more here as well.
All right. Hulk's got another action to go, and loads of power for his superpowers. I don't see the days token yet on Mystique, so hopefully they'll remember before they do the turn reset.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of Gamma Leap, punch MODOK, throw him.
Yeah. Yep. And just far away, right? Not into something to do damage.
Yeah, exactly. Just throw him way into the deployment zone. MODOK's pretty slow. If Malekith kills something, you can move MODOK up with the leadership, but I think MODOK will still have to take a move action. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point because, we were just saying how we take the low threat because there's less characters on the board. But that does then kind of gimp Malekith's leadership ability because there's less things to then trigger it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why taking a full weenie list against Malekith is not a great idea.
It depends on how hard your weenies punch, but yeah.
All right, so I think that was a Gamma Leap, and it looks maybe another punch, which is great into MODOK, considering that he's so weak to physical attacks.
Yeah, Modok's just got his 2 dice. He does blank the wilds though, so you're hoping he
Yeah.
won't roll those.
Yep. And it's so frustrating. No wilds. 3 hits, not so great, but a crit. Crit rolls into nothing. So just 3 hits into no saves. So three damage. Oh, he's gonna actually pay to
Easy
reroll.
blast doing a reroll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't help. So 3 damage goes through. And no wild, so there's no throw or push rather. And now gamma. What is it? Gamma throw? What is it called?
I think it's called Strongest Avengers Thor, right?
Yeah.
What is Hulk's throw called?
Hulk smash? No, that's his ability. His second
No, that's Suspender.
spender. Yeah.
It's called Strongest One There Is.
All right. Okay.
So
Oh.
this little green car here is pretty useful. If Malekith comes in and wants to like Ferocity Hulk, it's going to be hard to throw Hulk into the X-Men.
Oh, the car. I see. Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Right. Well, that's the round. Joemanji will have the researcher and 1 point, so that'll give him 2. Or is it 3 now? I can't remember.
It'd be 3 because he's
3.
scoring the home riot.
Yep.
Yeah.
3. So 2 for the researcher, 1 for the home riot. That's 3, and Razalas will get 1 for the top one. But of course, this means that priority shifts over to Razalas, which is the benefit of running such a tall list. Not a lot of MODOK love in the chat. I guess a lot of old timers here in the chat tonight who got touched by MODOK in a bad way in the early days.
Yeah, MODOK was a true menace back in the first year of the game.
Awful. Oh, he's impossible. But he's still relevant. It's just that he's been outshone by the new shinies, and as we saw in our other semifinals or quarterfinals game, Wakanda is still rocking it as well. It's just the shine's gone off the bloom.
Yeah, I think AMG's done a good job of giving more affiliations tools that were of the level of like Wakanda or MODOK in the early days. So
yeah, indeed. All right, so Joe's now getting to move the researcher, and he's electing to move it away from Malekith. Which I like. I like that idea.
Yeah, it does look like Hulk is in Hulk can be deception tier, but I don't really know if I would care a whole lot. I don't think Hulk is going to get one rounded by characters here, especially with fallback and
yeah, so. Fallback. Yep. PHP Chrono suggesting that Mystique blow up the car and then charge with Malekith. Yeah, the card was something important, according to Mike.
It looks like he's measuring some kind of deception here.
Sure. Interesting. That he's looking to move similar to MODOK, just get him out of the way rather than trying to take him down. Which makes sense because the Malekith can eat the weenies back there and get not only take them out, but also get the leadership abilities. Get MODOK back forward.
Yeah, it's rough starting with Malekith here because he's in relative safety, being out in space, and if you charge him in, like your easiest target to kill is Beast, but then you literally are going to get shot at by the whole team. Getting shot at by Hulk, Storm, and Domino is rough time, especially being incinerated.
Joe, carry the cast for just a second. I just forgot my water in the other room.
Yeah, Hulk Spike is I'm well aware of hitting the 6 damage with Hulk on round 1. It's definitely a game loss for me.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. What'd I miss?
Rez is still pre-measuring.
Oh, okay, good.
You should. Are the clocks still messed up on the
Oh,
streamer
let me
view?
take a look. Timers turn on. Yeah,
Yep.
a little borked. But I will go over them occasionally.
Cool.
So let's take a quick peek. And looks like 52 minutes for Razalas. So he's got loads of time still. But, you know, Joe, Mike, when you have so few characters, you do have to maximize every aspect of their utility, or else you're not going to win.
Yeah, it's that was a really good start for X-Men.
So what's happened here? Mystique's moved over to a far corner, basically, here on the south side, and
Hmm.
and he is doing deception now. Yeah. Oh, I see. So he's had to move Mystique to the bottom so that Hulk goes the direction that he wants him to go,
Right.
which
I'm
is
not quite sure why he's moving him this way.
as opposed to like straight towards Mystique, right?
Weird. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Yeah.
I think he's outside of one. He is of the researcher, so there's that, and he is further away from Malekith. So that's all I'm reading right now. He could blow up the car still. Mystique's got another action. I forget. Yep, sure enough. Boom.
Yep. There it goes.
2 free points to everybody within one. Yikes. I didn't realize that. Wow. Amazing. So that means Hulk, Beast, and Storm all got blasted, and that's really going to hurt Storm.
Yeah, that frees up throwing X-Men around with ferocity going forward, I think.
Yep. All right. Interesting.
And then if Cabal gets a daze sometime, he can move Mystique onto that riot, I think, on the south side.
Yep, she's not that far.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good point, Mike. I just thought I just twigged onto what you were saying. So yeah, the leadership will get her very, very neatly onto that
Right.
point, and then she's hiding behind a size 3, and she can just sit there all game. She's done her deception. She's got nothing else to do.
Yeah, she's probably just going to be a Dark Reign bot at some point.
All right, so that's Joemanji's up next. He's taking a look. He has a wealth of characters to choose from, but pretty much all in the same area. Looks like Beast has been healed by one.
Yep.
Now, that doesn't mean he's been activated yet, though. I think it's Storm.
Looks like Storm healed him.
I want to thank both players have been using the tab key to indicate to us what they've been doing. Made it much easier to follow. Thank you, gentlemen, for that. And Shep, she's going to move on to the point, the researcher point. She has stealth, everyone, so relatively safe. And then she's going to blast Mystique. Maybe take her out of the game if he's lucky. Let's see.
Yeah, he's shooting outside of martial arts, which is good. He might have cover on this building.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe not.
Getting shot on Mystique is always cool, though.
Yep.
3 dice of guns, pretty bad.
Yep. All right, here come the dice. Oh, I have to tell you a funny story, Joe. Mike, sorry. Not such a great hit. Two hits.
You got the wild.
Got the shock. So that'll probably be enough. But again, I think she's just going to hide her behind on that point there. Somebody wrote into one of the TOs for one of the brackets in the Second Chance League that's happening now, and said, "Is it okay? Is it legal if both players throw dice in the red tray instead of one throwing in the blue tray and the other one in the red tray?" The reason being is that according to his calculations, the blue tray is not equal distribution of dice rolls in terms of
I've spoken to
randomness.
this
Oh, you know this
person.
guy. You know this guy.
Yep, yep, yep. Yep. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah.
that actually true?
It's well, two things. Number one, it's literally copy paste code for both rollers. They literally have the same lines of code. Secondly, we've done the dice rolling thing where we've rolled a million. If you do exclamation point dice in the TTS server, Discord server, it'll show you the results of 1 million dice rolls. We've actually done it with 2 million, but didn't put it into a bot, so we just have a picture of it. And it shows you that it's within, I think, 100th of a percent within what you'd expect from standard randomness of dice. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean,
what else to say.
in software development land, random is just actually pseudo random. So
Sure, sure.
because you seeded off something,
Sure.
true randomness is like arguably doesn't exist. So
Yes, exactly. I think scientists use like how often certain noble gases vibrate at near zero
yep.
degrees to get actual randomness or something nuts like that.
So it looks like Razalas passed, for the record.
Okay, so that means Storm got to go, and now Beast is going. He's decided to move up also to contest the researcher. He elected not to heal himself. Or can you only do it once to a character, regardless of who does it?
Uh, Beast. No, you can do it once per character per objective. It looks like he just maybe forgot.
Mm.
Actually, Beast might not have been on the riot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think he was just a little too far forward.
Okay. So I'm just checking, yeah, but he's on the researcher now.
Right. So he's
Domino feeling a
here.
little exposed at the moment. All right, Beast is going to go ahead and look like a hit strike into Mystique, who will get martial artist this time.
I think Beast. Oh, he X-Men hopped. He moved X-Men hopped off Hulk. Okay. Yep.
Is this the spender? Maybe
The
that's why he
spender.
didn't do it. Oh no, he's got a power left.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, looks like he did that. He rolled the wild push. He got the power from rolling the skull.
Ah, okay, gotcha. That's what it was, though. So he saved the power instead of healing himself so he could do the spender. He had a particular thing in mind for it, and that was to throw her away a bit more and put bleeder on her. Oh, is he going to go for the southern objective?
Yeah, Beast Spender gives him he rolled the wild push, which is why Mystique got pushed, and then he gets medium advance all the time on that attack.
Brilliant.
So,
well, how are you liking Beast now?
Seems good.
Mike?
Beast is great. Yeah, I sell Beast short sometimes, I guess.
You got to know what you're doing with him because he's squishy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he healed himself. Ha! So he did use that extra power he got from his skull to heal himself, so he's back to full health. Nice. That is a smooth move, Joe. Well done.
I think this Modok is out.
Oh, yeah. Easily. Yeah. Ouch. Out, Mike is referring to Storm's stealth. He's within range, but he's outside of stealth.
Right.
So what is he going to do?
You mentioned Domino feeling exposed. Domino's like weirdly durable against Malekith. He like can't roll crits in against her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, that's Domino's MO in general, right? She sometimes goes down like you'd expect a 3-point or two, and other times you're like pulling your hair out dealing with her.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been impressed with Joe's play this game. It's been rock solid.
Cool. Where are you on the X-Men camp? Fan? Not a fan?
I like X-Men. Uh, I hate playing pay to flips, but and that's like kind of their primary game plan. Uh, but no, I think they're really good.
All right, so MODOK, he's frustrated by not being able to see her, so he's decided to throw a building in his anger at her, which is a good play, actually. It's like one of those kids, tossing the toys out of the pram. Damn it. And not sure. Maybe Joe's measuring a few things. Maybe he's thinking about bracing it, because I don't think seeing any rolls yet. Jonah, my good friend Jonah from the UK, is here in the chat, mentioning that Joe's actually at a real life event today. He went 4-0.
So he's got that warm up. Brilliant. So good.
Yeah.
I struggle in the league because I'm like every game is like I'm playing round one of an event.
Yeah. I know what you
My
mean.
round ones are like notoriously bad.
Mm-hmm. There's something I feel the same way when I play. If I do well, or, win the first round, I feel so much better because not only I win, but I got that round out of the way and kind of feel a little bit better remembering what I'm supposed to be doing because I don't practice very much.
Right.
All right, so Razalas, I think, is using his second action to. Sorry, Joe did go ahead and brace the building being tossed at Storm, so that's good. And MODOK is using a second action to just be within one of that evac point, which I don't quite understand. Why is that important?
There's a riot.
Oh, of
There's a riot
course. Yeah,
objective under
thank
it.
you. There's a
Yeah.
secure underneath it. Right. And he is going to then bow Storm off of the researcher point.
Peter to Malekith.
Yum, 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 yum. Hey, Magic Nick's in the house. Welcome, Magic Nick. Magic Nick is agreeing with you. Same sort of emotional headspace issues about playing a TTS game sometimes. I can tell you the opposite, although it's not very relevant anymore. But I can tell you that I was super stoked in playing TTS at the beginning of the pandemic. Playing it a lot. I mean, and then we had one of those what turned out to be a temporary removal of lockdown. So we got a real life tournament in, and it was so bizarre because I had never really been playing on the tabletop in real life, and it was like, oh, I have to put tokens out, and oh, things look much differently on the table in 3D. So to me, my X-Men is being played now on Joe's turn, and that means people are going to be moving towards Storm, which includes Domino being measured now. Yeah, it's entirely different. I feel like I don't know. I don't understand playbill in real life. I mean, it's fine, obviously, but people who play sitting down these games on a normal size table where it's quite high, I have to stand because otherwise I don't have a good perception of what's going on around the table.
Yeah, I usually switch between both. I'll sit and stand depending on like what's going on. Usually on my opponent's turn, I'll just sit down often. So
That's fair. I have to constantly be thinking about the game because I'm so rusty and I don't have all the things memorized. So I'm constantly working at it. All right, so Domino's decided to move on to the researcher. That does not let her attack Mystique, but I think she's gonna go after MODOK instead.
yeah, I don't think Mystique is too much of a threat right now. Domino can definitely put some pain into MODOK.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now that Beast is down there to block her from getting a free point, she is kind of irrelevant. Right. Dice are thrown. Two wilds, which are meaningless. One hit, and he is paying for rerolls on the defense roll. Doesn't get any, so one more will go into MODOK. Why did she get an extra die?
Looks like Domino paid one to explode the skull.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nice one. So that was nice, not bad at all. Then that means that she's gotten 3 in to hit. So he's on 6 out of 10 now. Rapid fire. No wilds
Pretty
this
good.
time. Yep. Again, 3 hits when he pays for the skull to turn into a crit, and those crits turn into MODOK not saving it at all tonight. Oof. 5
4 damage.
hits into. Okay, he gets 1 more reroll. 5 hits so far into no saves, into 1 save. 4 more hits, still knocks him down. Wow. Oh, did I do the
There's
math
on
wrong?
one.
Oh, sorry.
The wild doesn't
The
count.
wild doesn't
Modoc
count.
rerolls into a
Darn it.
block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Woo, lucky for Razalas.
Yeah, I find Modoc used to be like the most indestructible model early days of this game, and
Yeah.
now he just folds, I find.
Yeah. Because back then 10 hit points was like unfathomably a lot. You know, it's like, oh, how am I going to get
Yep.
through all this?
Has he rerolled twice? Yeah. Well, the first attack, Modoc had no power. Uh, he threw the building and bowed. So he just had to eat the damage. On the second attack, I believe he was skull locked on 1, and then he rerolled 1 die into his shield. And it is once per turn, yeah. But he had no power on the first attack.
All right, Razalas moving in the big boy. Malekith, I'm going to assume this is a ferocity movement, and he's looking to take down Domino. He maybe senses the same worries that you've pointed out about her. Or no, going into Storm instead. Makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, Storm's rolling 4 dice against this. I mean, I've seen Storm live through Malekith the Text more than you would think. We'll see what happens here. She's probably not gonna live through that. Yeah,
Ouch! Ooh, cooked. Oh man. I did my first grilling of the year here up in Norfolk today. We did beer can chicken on the grill. You ever have
Oh
that?
man,
Yeah.
I have not. What's the recipe?
So this time we decided to marinate it in a like a buttermilk sauce with some spices, and then I bought from Weber a it's a dish. It's a Teflon kind of dish with a cup molded into the middle of it, and then we pour wine or beer and spices into that, and then it has these like a spike thing that fits over the cup with holes in it, and then you kind of sit the chicken onto the spikes like that, so it's standing up, and then there's a little cap that sits into the neck part. And so the idea there is that the liquid starts boiling inside of the cavity and can't get out, so it kind of keeps the inside moist while the grill on the outside is grilling it nicely brown on the outside. It's like foolproof.
Oh man, this sounds fantastic.
Yeah, one of the things that we miss living in London is because we live in a high rise, is that we don't have a grill like we used to in the suburbs in New Jersey. So this is a real treat for us. Ooh, a lot of
So
people. Oh, sorry.
Storm,
Go ahead.
yeah, Storm died here. I don't. He must be measuring out what he wants to do with the leadership.
Possibly.
Malekith.
Yep. Yeah. Storm's been dazed by Malekith, who's only used 1 activation so far. So I'll have 1, not activation, 1 action. So I'll have one left to go. PHP Chrono, big fan of the redneck chicken. I think down there, though, they actually use the beer cans, which is a bit dicey for me. So I got my special dish.
Yeah, so I believe Razalas pre-measured range 3 to Domino after this charge,
Yes, he
probably
did.
for a butcher, to get onto the researcher.
Oh, he's elected to move MODOK away from Storm, so he's outside of 3 of Storm.
Right. Well, no, Modoc would want to be inside 3 of Storm.
Okay, maybe
Storm
inside.
shoots at like range 4.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's be
Yeah.
within 3 of his chair, I guess, his chair attack.
His mystic attack and the bow is both range 3.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well, his mystic attack is range 4, but Storm has stealth, right? So Malik is beaming here. Interesting.
Yeah, beam. Who defended first? 3 hits. 3 hits into. Don't see the save roll yet.
Yeah, Joe's probably making him decide if he wants to pay for crits. This must be Domino
Mm.
before seeing the dice. Or I guess it could be either character. Okay,
Right.
so it's in the Hulk then.
Here come the dice for the save. They're not showing up. What's going on? That's weird.
Weird.
Oh, there it
They're in
comes.
the display.
Yeah,
There it is.
there. That was weird. So he's taken, I think,
Oh,
2.
big beam hit.
Oof. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, a bit of a bug there. It slowed. Sorry, guys. Couldn't follow along that so easily. But Hulk took a fair amount of damage. I think he took 4 there. And Domino, I think he's only rolling now. And Poison. Poison goes on to Domino. Is it because Hulk can't be poisoned?
Yeah, Hulk's immune to poison.
Oh, and
It's
Midnight.
a poison on a wild anyway.
Ah, okay. Midnight Phantasmagoria next. Interesting.
Hmm.
So pushing Hulk further away. Malekith normally would be able to heal off of this, but he hasn't taken any damage, so he's fine. That's Hulk done. Domino on the other side of the building. All far away from Malekith. And also the researcher, for that matter. But Hulk will be able to go last.
Yeah, I think he'd want to be pushing Domino into range 2 of Mystique, just to like give her the martial arts.
Mm.
She's gonna be in range 3 anyway. You also get around the X-Men cover as well.
Oh, right. Okay, interesting.
Looks like range 2.
A lot of movement from one flank to another in this game so far. Interesting. Right, Malekith is done. Which means he elected not to use his second action? Oh, no, he beamed. Sorry. He beamed. Yeah.
Yep. Man, I think you just chuck Malekith back to where he was.
Yeah, sure.
Malekith is going to be charging next round with no power to explode skulls.
Yep, Malekith's on 1 point. He'll get 2. It's 1 power. He'll get 2 from a power phase, and that's it. All right, Hulk's on loads of power. He can do what he wants. So it looks like a Gamma Leap first. Boop. Then he's going to be within 2. Try to go within 2 of Malekith to toss him. With his next move. Loads of movement, no problem. And actually, he can, if he really, yeah, he could go there. He could punch him and then toss him, but not. But like, you know, this is what we're saying, Mike. You know, don't do stuff that's unnecessary. So you could say, "Oh, I'll punch him since I have the action," but no, you're just giving him power, and that's not the point here. What's your point?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like killing Malekith is like a win condition at this point.
There you go. Yeah.
Especially since he spent all that power on the card, his ferocity is going to be pretty neutered next round. Assuming Hulk doesn't punch him, of course.
Yeah.
So I think if you feed Malekith a ton of power here, it's going to be, you risk like Dark Rain exploding you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hulk's moved up within 2 and on the researcher. Let's see if he punches him or not. All right, he's indicated he's doing something to Malekith. He's just spent a lot of power.
Yeah, he's throwing him. He didn't spend for the leap earlier.
Ah, I see.
Oh, no, he's rolling dice.
I do see dice. Or somebody's. Maybe he's trying to put the stagger on him.
I don't know if he spent for the jump. Maybe he did. I missed it.
Spender is 4 and a throw is 2.
Yeah. If you put a bunch of damage into Malekith with the spender and like don't get the wild,
Yeah. Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Bit of a gamble. They're certainly talking about it.
Oh, he was at 10. Thank you, chat.
Here come the
so he
dice.
Spent,
Yeah.
This is a Hulk smash then.
Ooh, 6, including 2 crits. Into 2 saves, no skulls. Crits roll into 1 more hit. So 7 into 2 means 5 hits go through. Putting him 5 out of 10. Oh, yeah, 5 out of 10. He's incinerated. That's why he's rolling so few dice. And I'm going to presume now the throw.
No, he didn't get the wild.
Didn't get the wild, though. Yeah.
Yeah, so no stagger, no throw. But he can do the superpower throw now.
Yeah, for sure. But the stagger would have been clutch. Really interesting.
Joe's got to be pretty unhappy about that. No stagger.
Needs some dice fixing. All right, looks like he's trying to throw him as far away as possible, but also not on that point. I'll do a quick time check while those boys are figuring that out. 39 minutes basically to Joe and 39 to Razalas, so quite even. Where are you on the chess clock thing? I've forgotten.
Oh, chess clocks are great.
Yeah.
There's no ambiguity into who's fair or anything like that, right? It's just here's your time. Especially now that I've been playing a lot of Shield, I find my opponent's been taking forever on their turns.
Is that from them trying to measure everything to be as far away as possible?
That, or there's just a lot of traps, right? There's like double got your back. There's eye in the sky, sacrifice.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to figure out, like, okay, if I do this, how many things are gonna bite me afterwards, right? And they find their turns take a while.
That is a good point. All right, so Joe's abandoned, trying to get him to go straight back. Well, maybe not. Still thinking about it.
I'm not sure it's super relevant because Malekith is going to be able to charge to either Storm or Hulk from either spot. So I think as long as you just get him outside range 3 and just not on a point, it's fine. Punch him again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know what the dice were for. It looks like he's just spent for the throw. All right, finally, there he goes. Off into the distance. And that ends the turn, round 2. That gives Joe 2 points for the researcher, 1 for the bottom. So that's he'll bring him to 6. MODOK gives Razalas 1 point to 2. And Razalas gets priority. Big turn for Razalas, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, I think he's going to lead with MODOK. Leading with Malekith is probably a mistake here.
Yeah, especially as Modoc's got 2 hit points left. Oh, Researcher gets moved first. Joe's electing to move it even further away from Malekith. To where Domino can contest it. Lovely.
Yeah, Joe's definitely not happy losing that stagger. If he'd probably be feeling pretty good about hitting the stagger. If about this board state right now.
I am guessing that Storm and Hulk are within 2 each other for a potential hop there.
You said no. I don't think he has any hops online right now. I'm not sure if Storm and Hulk are in range.
Was it range 2? You don't think? Seems okay to me.
Maybe he is. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay. Looks like it being a card. Dark Rain being played on Hulk. Okay. Spicy turn coming up. And looks like Malekith going first. The chats had all kinds of other suggestions than what just happened. All kinds of combinations, but not this particular combination. Just shows you how wonderful MCP is. It definitely has a lot of player agency in it. Okay, Malekith goes towards Hulk. He's going to do his normal attack. Can he?
I mean, I don't think it's super unlikely for Hulk to live through this.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Does he play Sacrifice? He did. Is that going on as a Storm then?
Yeah, I think it's good because Storm's going to get Hulk Chuck Tatter anyway. Braces offline.
Yep. Wow. Poor Storm. But sensible. 4 hits. 4 hits. With the crit, though, maybe. The skull going into a crit. Yeah, he's going to pay for that. And yeah, he can. No, he can't reroll the dice. That's not on. Dark Rain's not on her. She's only saved 1, sadly.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Gets pierced.
Pierce as well. Boop. She's off the table. Right. That leaves 1 action left for Malekith.
That sacrifice is going to win him the game, I think.
Yeah.
That's good. Hulk's not going to die to the next attack, and then I would just bury MODOK with Hulk afterwards.
Right. Sacrifice is what? Range 2?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Razalas has a big choice to make now. He's got 1 action. What superpowers does he have?
He needs to figure out what he's doing with his leadership first.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
What other superpowers does he have, though?
Mal doesn't have anything else left.
Nothing.
Just 1 more attack.
All right. Just 1 attack plus some rerolls. Yeah. Leadership. Interesting. MODOK. MODOK, come forward. Within 2 for a patch up. Whoa. Good call. I think he'll make it.
Ooh, it looks close.
Does. No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Looks okay. Nice choice, patch up.
I don't know if I like that much. I mean,
well,
killing MODOK would be my next priority because you just easily win the round, right? You can now you can just punch MODOK and then throw Malekith away and probably fine.
I see. Right. You've spared Hulk an action.
Yeah, Hulk doesn't have to go like dive out to get MODOK or anything like that. He just brought him there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kick him into Mystique with Domino is looking pretty sweet right now. I agree.
All right, so 5 power off of Malekith. Going to the patch up.
Off MODOK, you mean? Yeah.
Here's the second attack. Nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 crits. A lot of blanks though. Eesh, 5 blanks. Oof, the rerolls didn't do anything. Yikes.
Oh no, the rerolls haven't happened yet.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. The crits, but yes, you're right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now the rerolls. Oh my god, they rolled right back into blanks. Oh, that's the worst feeling. Oh man. Oh, 5 hits altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. Into no saves. So there's that. But yeah, 11 out of 20 for Hulk. Oh, that's the worst. It's not only somehow I feel worse when the dice not only re-roll into failures of some sort, but they roll back into the ones that they were originally. It just seems wrong.
It's rough for sure.
People in the chat not pleased with that. And Hulk's bleeding. Whew.
That's his Hulk hit leap online anyways. Yeah, I mean, but if Razalas moved MODOK backwards with the leadership, Hulk would probably have to like jump move and he'd be kind of stranded. I don't know if it would be super great, especially just parked into MODOK Malekith like with Prio or something like that next round.
Malekith moves within 1 of Hulk as part of the Butcher of Thor's attack that he just finished doing. So now Hulk has his choice of people to attack. You know, I'm just looking at this. It wasn't MODOK who got healed. It was MODOK who healed Malekith. That's what
Correct.
the patch-up did. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I like this placement much better. Putting it behind Hulk is a mistake because Hulk's just going to chuck you backwards and be useless next round.
Uh-huh.
I think MODOK is dying here.
And he's contesting the point as well, the researcher.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Malekith done. Hulk's got to go now and just take down MODOK for sure.
Yeah, I think it's too dicey to go with Domino with 1 attack into MODOK.
He's just going to throw Malekith, right?
A lot of damage into Hulk. Well, they still have Brace online, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, but still.
I think that's why he kept the power on MODOK.
Yep. Very smart. He's going to do it anyway. Or no, he's attacking. I hear dice now rolling. Into Malekith, it seems like.
Yes.
Whoa. Good hit. Oh, yeah. So that's 6, 7. 7 hits, including 3 crits.
Jesus.
Wow. Good God.
Hulk is getting +2 dice from the rage dice, so that's definitely helpful.
6, 7,
this
8.
Is a spender into Malekith, isn't it?
Well, you got the wild this time, Joe. Mike. Leaving Malekith on 2 hit points.
Yeah, now you chuck Mal into MODOK. Probably burn the brace and then throw him again.
Oh, right, because the part of the attack is a throw, which means he can still use a superpower throw. Yep. It's been braced. And Malekith is off the point. Hulk doing Hulk things. There's some dice being thrown. Oh, that must have...
Oh.
What? Why?
Oh, he just spent 2 to throw Malekith into Modok
Oh, I see.
for the
He's just
attack.
spent a 2 and didn't move the models at all. Right. Okay, so he went ahead and moved. So he threw him with his superpower into Modok, which of course dazes Modok. Uh, and Malekith is left on 1 hit point from that throw, and now he's got 1 action
Seems that
left.
way.
1 action left, and Gamma Leap. Oh, Gamma Leap costs 3 though, right?
It does.
Yeah, so you'd have to punch Malekith once and then leap.
Mystique is a little scary. She's got Dark Rain right now. So if Hulk stands there, she could just blast him.
Fair. Yeah, and as exciting as all this was, both those characters are still going to be able to come back on their injured sides.
Yeah, I think running to the back D is not a horrible idea here. Honestly, I don't think you want to kill Malekith right now because he's staggered.
Right.
If you kill him, you get rid of the stagger.
Wasting the stagger. Sure.
You can trivially daze him next round if you need to get him off of a point or something.
Yeah, Vince Chan Mystique is shocked. That is a consideration, but I think what Mike was referring to is the Dark Rain aspect of it and her rapid fires.
Yeah, I mean Hulk's half dead. And he's going to take a bleed damage here, so I don't know if I love parking Hulk. Take a double Mystique rapid fire. I mean you can't play fallback or use rerolls. It's not like he has power for rerolls anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he's elected to just walk away. That's it for Hulk.
It's a weird place to retreat, but Mystique can just blow up this building now.
Oh my god, that's right. Yeah. Let's see if he passes, or I'm sure he's going to go with her, so he doesn't
the
lose
building
the
is size 3. Yeah.
Yeah, size 3, guys. The building has some graffiti on it that says TTS. Lovely. Good, nice addition there, Mr. Artist, whoever you are.
I think that's the Gronko's convenience store, if you look at the front of it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Love it.
You know, Cabal cannot pass here. It looks like he's measuring a building explode into a single move to the back riot, but it looked like he was out.
Domino on full health. So she's all right. And so's Beast for that matter. Hulk's the one that's in trouble. Razalas taking it through. Let's see what the time looks like. I think we're doing all right, though. 30 minutes. Joe's on about 33. Hope everybody's been enjoying the league so far. Tell your friends to join them. Tell them to like and subscribe to this channel. Tell them to listen to The Danger Room, out every 2 weeks now. Every 2 weeks on a Monday still?
Yep, still Monday, every other week.
Love it. Did you work out a alternating schedule to strike better?
No, I have not. I need to talk. Farmer had his wedding recently, so he's been busy with that.
Yeah. Is he going off on a honeymoon straight away?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay. No strike better for a little while.
Sure where. Yeah. He just published a board game too, so he's been busy with that.
Yeah. Is his Kickstarter over?
I don't know if it's over, but it was funded on the first day.
Nice.
So they're trying to hit stretch goals or something like that.
Did you get to meet the two Foss brothers while you were over in Adepticon?
I did. Yeah, Travis and Jaren are a riot, man. I love those guys. They're great.
Yeah. I managed to bounce into them too and have a chat between rounds. It was great. Really nice. Okay, sure enough, he blows up that building, giving Hulk, he's on 14 out of 20, just 6 left on Hulk. And Domino takes 2, and he's going to use his second action to try to get to that point, but probably not make it. But with her stealth, that protects her a bit. Still talking it through.
Yeah, taking the 2 damage on Hulk hurts.
Yeah.
Running back to the extremis and healing for 1 to like mitigate your bleed.
Yep.
And not take the building explosion. I think it would have been.
Yep.
Hulk would have been much better off. I think Mystique's dead here, man. I think you just got to make a shot.
Or just run away. I mean, if you're really like worried about keeping her. It does look like she'll be outside of 3 though for that move. But he hasn't committed to it yet. Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, Chad, I feel pretty nervous about Hulk surviving at this point at the top of next round. Even from a staggered Malekith.
Sure. Okay, that leaves Domino and Beast to go. Looks like Beast is moving up to the researcher point. That's done. Heals himself. Heals Domino. Yep. Thank you, Joe. Yep. Nice. Thanks for the arrows. And 1 more action to go. I suspect that he's going to be done because he wants to get that point. Yep, he's done. Up to Domino.
Is Beast... oh, yeah. Yep.
So Joe's going to move Domino outside of 2, but within 3 to negate both Martial Artist and Stealth. So he's going to use 1 action to do that. And she's going to blast him. Blast her.
Pew pew.
Cat fight.
I like Domino's odds.
Oh, it looks like, is he going to play the kick him while they're down card? Yep, there it goes.
There it goes.
Nice one. So that means he can roll 2 dice by virtue of having 2 conditions on Mystique. Interesting card. Oh, God. He's going to need those rerolls. She hasn't gotten the trigger. Mystique saves 1. Rerolls go and turn into 4 hits. 4 hits. So that's 3 going through.
5 hits. He's just dead.
Oh, because the skull. Right. Beg your pardon. Thank you. Boom. Sketchy Doctor, expand a bit on your question. How can he play that card? Not sure why. What the question is. I mean, it doesn't make sense because the card seems legal. And that's Domino done.
Yeah, the card just costs 2 to play, and anybody on your team can pay for it at any time on your turn.
Okay, Mystique's off the table, and Joe will get 3 points by virtue of Beast, anchoring those 2 spots. Lovely. And Razalas not getting any, so 9-2. 9-2. Oh, the fellow was confused about Mystique not letting you play reactive cards, which is only happens when she's activating, not when you're playing against her. It is a common fallacy, though. It's not the first time I've heard that mistake. Okie doke. Razalas is up. Looks like he's measuring Modok with Domino. Go ahead.
Looks like Joe lucked out on that range 3 to Modok. I don't know if he measured it or not. Because if Malekith goes into Hulk here, Domino's just going to probably ace Modok.
Also, the researcher got moved even further away. And now they're down by the southern secure point.
Yeah. Yeah, if Hulk survives one attack, I think that's game over.
Malekith, full of power, could do Butcher Thors for a second attack after this Ferocity attack.
Well, he's staggered, so he's only got one attack.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Thank you. Ooh, big roll coming up.
Yeah. Ooh, that was
a little ugly.
A little sketchy. Carnage Beast. I don't think he gets there.
All right, here we go.
All right, Hulk, we gonna do it?
He can re-roll. He's got power to re-roll.
He can.
5 hits.
That's a good hit.
With a pierce. And skull.
Hulk
sorry.
Is dead.
6.
Hulk's dead without like 3 blocks here. 2 blocks at least.
That's 3, 6, 7 hits. And he saves only 1. I assume he's going to re-roll the 2. He needs those 2 to become shields, if you did your math right, Mike.
Well, he's going to get thrown. So Brace
God.
is down. So he would have to like fall back to a point where he can't get thrown into anything.
Saves 3.
Gets pierced for 1. So 2. Takes 5. He's alive on 1. If my math is right.
1, 2.
He's got to play fallback here to not lose Hulk here.
Yeah.
Let's see if he sees it.
Oh, can you imagine the red mist in the eyes? It's hard sometimes.
Oh, yeah, Jonah might be right. Looks like he rolled too many dice.
Oh, it's energy for dice. Butcher Thor's energy. Oh, no, it's not Butcher Thor's. Right, of course. It's the normal attack, which is energy. Yeah. Let's see if they catch it. Because Malekith has how many hit points on the back side?
8.
It's a lot.
So it looks like they're not catching it, and they're
doing the fallback.
He's falling back to prevent the throw. Yeah. He's got to pre-measure this better. He could just get thrown into the alehouse or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Maybe he's just better eyeballing than I am.
Because it's for Malekith, it's thrown away, is it?
It's throw short any direction.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you got to get Hulk in a position where if he gets thrown short in any direction, he's not going to touch anything.
Right. Now, fallback is elective how far you move, right? You don't have to go the full distance of the stick.
It's an advance away, yes.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah. Ooh. Might have been a little bit too far. Oh.
He's going all the way?
Yeah, I would have thought
he died. Oh, he just dies here.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. He's just super dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe's not going to be happy with that one.
Darn it. Boom. Actually knocks him down.
Now MODOK gets to move outside of range of Domino. Yeah, this is bad.
Oh, because of Malekith's leadership. Right.
Mm-hmm. He used the power from the attack to pay for fallback. No. Hulk was on 7 power, I believe, at the start of the round.
Looks like MODOK moving into range of Beast. Or just outside?
Yeah, just outside.
Yeah.
3.
Right.
Dude, I think you just gotta walk up Domino and try to kill MODOK.
Yep. All right, that's Malekith done. Joe's up. Beast into Malekith. Only one hit there, which Malekith saves. He gets power for rolling a skull. Moves within 1 of Malekith. And now still within 4 of MODOK. And decides to use his second action to just move away.
Looks like it. Could chuck the dumpster at MODOK or Malekith here if you measure properly.
That's it for Beast. All right, MODOK's up.
Maybe I'll save it for rerolls. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with Beast first here either, chat. I think Joe needed to just roll dice at MODOK with Domino, because if MODOK lives, he's not going to score anything.
Razalas trying to figure out how to get to that dumpster. All right, MODOK's moving.
He wants to take a shot.
One action to move there. And now who does he throw the dumpster at?
I think you just attack Domino, and then depending on what happens, you throw the dumpster at her and bow Beast away, or bow her away. If you kill her, you move Malekith onto the point.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh man, MODOK, so annoying. Yes, we see it. Who's getting it? Who's getting it, Razalas?
It is interesting though if
yeah,
if Domino dies here, X-Men has Prio. In which case, Beast could do a damage to. Beast could just kill both of them. Next round.
Man, he would be making you look so silly, Mike, if he did all
man.
that.
I would stream the game that Beast is the All-Star.
MVP. So I'm not sure who took the dumpster, but nobody took damage. Beast spent something. Can he reroll on dodges?
He can.
Yeah, so must again he was trying to throw the dumpster at Beast then, because I saw the power go down.
Okay, yeah, that is weird to me, but all right.
Yeah, well, this game's kind of gone into this bizarro zone here towards the end for both players.
Yeah.
All right. And so that's one more action left to Modoc. He is in range to attack either character.
It could be why Joe didn't activate Domino, because if Razalas kills Domino, he gives up Prio.
That's the kind of high level play that I definitely wouldn't be thinking about, but is absolutely sensible. Okay, bows Domino further away. Bows himself within one of both the secure and the researcher, I imagine. People are asking about Malekith, whether he's securing it. He is not. So actually, it looks like Razalas is going to not contest the researcher and just to secure to stay probably as far away from Domino as possible. And he heals Malekith as his last action. Yeah, Euro Parns Patty, he's not going to get the point from Beast, but he is within one, so he could use the healing ability, which I think was the goal.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't put Modoc on the researcher. I mean, yeah, Domino overly can and Beast contest over him, but yeah, maybe he just wanted to be as far away from Domino as possible since Beast is scoring over Modoc anyway. That's probably why. Yeah.
Yep. All right, talking things through, obviously, because Domino's the last one to go. She could go for a point, or she could try to go after Modoc. I have to wonder if she's even with range of Modoc, though, after one movement. Scary. Yeah, people suggesting, Jonah's suggesting that Joe tries to win by points. But that's going to
Yeah,
be...
I mean, Beast is scoring 3 points right now.
He is.
Dom can go score 1 in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the play. You just score the game out. You can't. And then you just run Domino to the corner, try to not get tabled.
She could go to the back point then, too, at the north side of the table.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you kill Modoc here. Yeah, I think Domino just runs to the extremist console, heals, and like shake stagger or something, or poison or something like that.
All right, here he comes. Looks like that's the move. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, the math probably checks out to where you literally just go to the corner. Yeah.
I don't understand. Why doesn't she have to score a secure?
No, because Beast is scoring 3 here and Cabal's scoring nothing.
Right.
So it's going to go 12-2.
Right.
And there's 2 rounds left.
Oh,
So
just
the
it
most
turn 6 play. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry. I rarely think about the turn 6 plays. Yep.
Yeah, if you score the console, you risk Malekith deleting you in one attack.
Sure. All right. 12-2. Joe's seen it. Joe's going for the turn 6 option. They're calling it, Jester says. Thank you, bud. Is it really impossible for them to chase down Domino in 2 rounds? So making this a foregone conclusion?
Yeah, Malekith would have to double move now, and then yeah, she won't daze.
Yeah.
She's not going to get injured this round, so there's not going to be any tabling. I think that's game.
All right, we're going to go over to their channel. You want to hop into their channel, okay?
Yeah.
Cool. See you there. All right. Thanks, guys. The chat was so helpful as always tonight and made it so much more fun hanging out on top of everything else. Let me go into their channel and give them a chat. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Oh, Norbert.
Hey,
Hey, this is Norbert here. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
hello.
Hello, I'm here with Mike. We're still streaming live. Thank you both for letting us stream this really intense game. Really interesting picks right from the start, right through the end. We really enjoyed it.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
streaming.
you. It was a pleasure to play.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with talking a little bit about roster selections here. Razalas, you went and chose 15 points. And so you definitely had something in mind, and we thought we would have. We've heard that you like to play aim lackeys to help move Malekith around, as opposed to like let's say Lockjaw, which is doing the rounds right now.
Mhm.
What was going into your thoughts about these three characters, and in particular, why Mystique instead of Baron Zemo, considering the center kind of extract that was chosen here?
Well, with it being on researcher, I was pretty confident he was going to be bringing Hulk. So it kind of limits me a little bit in my tactics cards because like I have to bring. I'm pretty sure like Dark Reign has to make it in for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I on like normally against X Men, like non Hulk X Men, I'm not bringing that card. But the him having he's never going to be able to go as tall as me unless I really want to spread out, which is typically not my game plan with Malekith. Um, so he'll always have last activation with Hulk. So I can't really hold the middle as much. I just kind of have to hope that he overextends um, at some point to get the deception, which I think it it, it played well, but in the end, I don't think it would have mattered much since Hulk just came up and smashed whoever I put on that middle point the first turn. So uh, once I lost that healthy model, everything kind of fell apart for me.
Mm-hmm. But your game plan is definitely always to go Malekith and Modok. Is that kind of like your basic plan?
Typically, yeah, I like so I like to play a lot of board control. And Zemo, while he can put a lot of damage down,
Mm-hmm.
he can't. He just can't control a point as well as sometimes a Mystique can. Um, Knowing that I'm gonna be bringing Dark Reign and probably going into a Hulk Mystique into, that's a good activation for her too. Um, when I can get it, but just things kind of I fell into a kind of a bad spot early on where I kind of saw the writing of like I had to my game plan changed very quickly after turn one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Was that
So
because of the one shotting of Mystique?
yeah, I'm definitely not expecting that on turn one. It was a Hulk on Mystique, the very first turn
Yep.
on the researcher. So uh, I was telling Joe, it's like I don't really mind Mystique going down. It's more just the power that Hulk gains there that lets him just basically be a control monster for the rest of the game.
Right.
And I understand at that point, like right there, that I cannot win by points with him having more models and more healthy models and a last activation Hulk. I have to go for attrition and try to dice him out.
Right.
So, in that regard, yeah, the Zemo would have been better, but I felt like he couldn't really commit to the center point at any point um, until his Hulk activation on the first turn, and I would just kind of had to. I like Mystique that Mystique allows that to happen a lot more than Zemo does, whereas he can be a little bit more like bullying on the side points and up the middle if I
Yeah.
don't have deception played.
Yeah. Okay. Joe, on your side, we felt that Hulk was going to come out because he's probably your big boy answer. But
Yeah.
we felt the choice of Domino was quite inspired. Was that a very deliberate choice?
Yeah, she's also really, really good into big people. That's the reason she's in the list. And this is the game where she comes out basically.
Gotcha. And Mike poo-pooed the choice of Beast at the top of the game, but I think he's turned into your MVP, and Mike's agreeing with that. What it was the is Beast just one of your favorites, or did he have a distinct role here as well?
It was Well. There's one really important point, which is if I can hop off Beast on turn 1 onto the researcher without using any actions or gamma leaps. That's obviously a really good turn 1 for me, which I felt I needed given the matchup. And also, to keep affiliation, it was him or Magic, and he's. I think.
Yeah, real quick, Norbert, I'd like to jump in on that. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know about the measuring on the jump with Hulk, so that makes a ton of sense. Also, I looked at your list after I had made that comment, and I was like, oh, he just like doesn't have X-23 or anything else, right? So it has to be either that or Magic, and I think you made the right call.
Yeah, that's being fair to Mike. We didn't know about the other cards, and it's clear that that is a better choice than Magic in this case. But it was just a lot of fun to see Mike saying what's going on with Beast, and then Beast being a boss.
He's always a boss. He's a great guy.
Joe, you couldn't have happy. Were you happy with the choice of crises that came up though? We were saying that they were really heavily more favoring Razalas' game plan.
Oh, this is the worst case scenario. This is the absolute situation for me, having one priority. Yeah, a pay to flip with researcher, absolutely fine. Losing priority, also probably better than this situation. But it kind of like narrowed my focus. I just had one plan, so I just had to try and do it.
Yeah. Cool. Razalas, going back to you, you made a really interesting move that everybody in the chat was intrigued by turn 1. We saw what happened with Mystique and Hulk in the middle, of course, but we're talking about moving Malekith to your left side, so the top of the screen for the viewers. What was going into that thinking?
Well, just playing as X-Men, you don't want to get too far behind on points because he can always just sit like Hulk in the middle to like bully my team, especially when I'm playing as tall as I am, and just run like if he pushes researcher like he did. Again, first of all, like all the congratulations to Joe. He played every turn, like every activation he made. I was just like, man, that just made my life a little bit harder. But if he just pulls it either this way or this way, he can just with Hulk in the middle, he can push basically my whole team away from that. And I wanted to be in a spot where I can still attack his like I didn't want to attack into Hulk until I had a good Dark Rain turn, and I could still hit most of his side, like most of his table from over here. So like I think there was, if I remember correctly, Storm, Domino were both in range, and Beast was right behind them.
That's right.
So I
yes.
could ferocity into pretty much either of them, depending on how we activated things. So if I put him up into the middle, it's not Mystique getting hit, it's Malekith. And I don't really like that game plan. It was kind of trying to maybe bait Hulk to come towards me a little bit this way, because like ideally Hulk pushes this way a little bit, which when I get priority on turn 2, I can turn on my throw ferocity or Midnight Phantasmagoria, like hopefully under this back corner over here. But he did the correct thing and just went up and bullied the middle, and I didn't really have a lot of good options there. For me in that spot, I don't feel putting Malekith on the point is a good idea, because then Hulk's gonna do. I mean, I think he left. It was Domino and Hulk were left to my activation. So if he could still do the incinerate onto Malekith turn 1 first, and then get Hulk. Like, I'd much rather that 7 damage or whatever it was that went into Mystique go into Mystique than into Malekith. Basically.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm either keeping Malekith way back here, and even then, like with the hop and the gamma leap, he can still get punched twice, unless I'm keeping him like on this back point, or I try to go and score points and stay in the game while still having like a plan of getting into his team from the side.
Yeah.
So that was my thought process. I don't know if it was correct. There's like a lot of things I need to go back and look at. Like I'm sure you'll have more questions, but like there's a couple activations I'm looking back at right now. I'm like, man, if I did it a different way, but we can get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, Razalas, we were saying anytime, you definitely put yourself in a strong position with a tall list like this. I'm talking about in general, not just you. But that does mean that every action has to be maximum value because you have so few of them to spend. I'm going to let Mike ask some questions in a minute, but I do have to ask Joe this question because we were so intrigued by it. This was when you you were in the middle. This is mid game, Joe, and
Mhm.
Hulk got beaten up pretty bad, and you decided to move him right next to the backside of that building. And subsequently, the building got blown up by Mystique, which gave 2 unneeded hit points onto Hulk, who was pretty hurty right then, and 2 more on Domino as well. But Hulk in particular. What was
Yeah.
your thinking there? Yeah, that right there. What was your thinking at that point?
My I think it was the lack of thinking. I think was the problem. That was just what you'd call a mistake.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's just you overlooking the Mystique thing. You know, you don't see it terribly often, although it happened twice here in this game. But you don't see her
I mean,
blowing up terrain very often, do you?
having it already happened in the game, there's no excuse. I was just, you know, it's like you measure one distance. I was really keen on getting just 3 away from Malekith, and then that just took over my thought processes, and then I didn't factor in the secondary thing about the building.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. That happens. That happens. Mike, I was going to ask the players a bit about their game plans and so forth, but do you have some specific questions you want to get at?
Yeah, there was another instance right after that where you Malekith went into Hulk with after clearing the stagger, and
Mhm.
it was like, okay, well the math came out to where Hulk lives on 1,
Yeah.
and then you play fallback to like not get thrown into anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeing any pre-measuring to like maybe you could like not take the full fallback, and then maybe you don't get thrown into anything.
Oh, it was pretty clear that you were gonna get thrown into anything there, right?
I'm pretty sure he gets thrown to something, but what had happened there in that situation is I'd rolled too many dice. I've only got 3 energy. I rolled 4.
Yeah, that's what we were saying as well.
So I just didn't make a big fuss about position. I just let him die.
Fair enough.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
I think the real thing there was like you don't want Hulk thrown into Beast, because I would just throw him into Beast.
Yeah,
instead
that was the
if he doesn't
point
fall
of
back.
using it at that point.
Because Beast was right here next to like Malchus was a sandwich between the two.
Sure.
And if he doesn't fall back, I throw Hulk into Beast, and like that makes
Yep.
my game plan a little bit. Yeah, I had to do a couple things right, and then I made a pretty big mistake when I bowed Domino away. I should have bowed her in. I was hoping that he would bait for it, like fall for the bait, but he didn't. He did the right, found it out.
Yep. You mean the going for the turn 6 win condition?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you see? When did either one of you recognize that was the way to win here? Let's start with you, Razalas. When did that occur to you?
Oh, so I was sitting here considering quite a few things. I was pretty far behind, up until Hulk got basically one-shotted by Malekith after he cleared a stagger.
Right.
I had to have a lot of things go right for me at that stage. Step 1 was getting Hulk down. I then had to daze both guys over the neck in the next round, and I was just looking at bowing, like who to bow. If I bow Beast away, can I like score the point and try to bait him into the point? I looking back at, like I said, there's quite a few decision trees that I just need to reassess, like my thought process. I thought that by bowing him away, it would kind of bait him to push into it. And then as soon as I like started moving him, I realized, oh, but if he just runs away, it's probably going to be game over. And he figured it out. So I don't know. Again, probably just a mistake. I was considering all my options of bowing Beast and bowing Domino either in or away. And I looking back on it, just like without seeing the replay, bowing him in would have probably been the right play. Instead of throwing into Beast and trying to I should have thrown into Domino, bowed her in, and then tried to attack her and daze, like do something along those lines. It was interesting. He activated everything in the correct order, because I couldn't take Domino out, because then I lose priority, and then Malekith gets dazed at top of 1 or top of turn 5, and it falls apart anyway. So there weren't a lot of good options.
Yep. Okay, Joe, how about you then? When did you see the win condition?
Pretty early on during Modoc's activation, but I just took so long to double check it. I had like 20 minutes on my clock. I didn't want to throw the semi-final by miscounting, so I just took my time to make absolutely sure that was the right numbers.
Right. Okay. So you were like, okay, so in this game state here at the end of, during the course of round 4, you're like, it occurred to you straight away, and you just need to do the maths to make sure that it was correct.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check that I wasn't making a really stupid mistake.
Yeah. And either one of you can answer. I'm just not convinced, but I'm sure it's right. But if you moved Domino into that far corner over the course of 2 turns, Malekith can't get to her and at least do one attack into her?
I have to daze in round 5 and KO in round 6 because I can't
Oh, right.
outscore him on the points by that point.
Right.
So
Okay.
I had to dice both the characters on both turns, and so
Mm.
I realized that, and I just was hoping that he would still push into the like attrition part, but he's just played a great game all game long, and I probably made a big blunder there looking back on it now.
Yeah. Well, look, both of you have been talking about the few mistakes that you made. And I really do mean few because Mike and I were super impressed at the subtlety of the choices you were making all along. Both players were amazing to watch. The putting the people in the right position for jumps, putting the people constantly in the right position for heals off of the secures. It was really masterful watching this game. So just shows you that even at this high level, it's when still the little mistakes then can do you in.
Oh
Mike,
yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
sorry.
one question. There was a point earlier in the game where Malekith dazed Storm or KO'd Storm, I think it was, and then you move MODOK up with the leadership to heal Malekith.
mhm.
I was totally expecting to just have Malekith or MODOK move away because then Hulk just kills MODOK, right? What was your thinking there? Was healing Malekith super relevant?
So there's a lot of things going on in that. We talked about like a couple activations. It was specifically the MODOK activation where I moved Domino away, and that activation sequence with Malekith and MODOK. That's the turn I need to look back on to reevaluate. So there were a lot of things going on, and again, this game is super complex and complicated. I'm trying to balance like 6 different things at that point. My thought is I think my issue was more so that if he just went and dunked on Malekith, there really wasn't much recourse if MODOK is way back here. I can't really affect the researcher point, which is over here with his bow. I can't get to the point, and my best thing I can do at that point is like maybe move up and attack into him. Again, looking back with Malekith still alive, I probably would have rather have him dazed at some point and just not have to play that game with his health. So there's too many things still going on like in my head right now to like really give you a good solid answer. Is to like my thought process was though is that Malekith MODOK's probably going to go down regardless, either to a rapid fire from Domino or from Hulk, and yeah, I just didn't really have a good recourse. I considered it. I definitely considered it. Again, I was also thinking about maybe moving Mystique up onto this point here, which would also have probably been better than the option that I ended up making. So, I can't tell you exactly like I said without watching the replay, but in my head I was just like, well, if he goes into MODOK, then Malekith is still sitting there on full power or full health and full power. There's a lot he can do on the following turn, so that was kind of where my head was at.
Cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, Razalas, you should feel extremely proud of the fact that you made it to the semifinals. That we were just commenting about how the TTS leagues are very long, and you have to basically win every game along the way to get to here. And you made it to the semifinals. So congratulations on making it this far and for being such a great sport playing today.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, like all my opponents have been amazing. Joe, you played an amazing game. I was like really impressed with all of your actions, even though, yeah, there was a lot of things I felt like I couldn't really help stop. You were just playing so well. And all my opponents this season have been great. I feel this was a good season for me because I made cuts last season. It was my first season. I had a little bit of imposter syndrome, but I had to get here the hard way. I played, I think, 7 people who were in the cuts this season, including the bracket stage, and one of them twice. So I definitely earned getting here, I would say. But I'll ride that bog tiger as long as I can. I'm just along for the ride.
You're doing great. We hope to see you in season 11, if not sooner, somewhere along the line. Thank you so much. It was really great to have you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for streaming and everything, all the work you do for the TTS League. It's amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Joe, Big Joe, you're keeping Europe in the big show. Congratulations on the win. You're on to the finals against Lucas, who is from the East bracket.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very exciting. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So-
X-Men's gonna win the season.
See, and
guess
Malin
so, yeah.
can be beat, right?
X-Men's winning season X.
Oh, that would be
As it should
amazing.
be.
Oh, Mike, I didn't think about that. Yeah, nice one. All right, Joe, any other final words?
I know, just thank you to Razalas for being a great opponent. I had a really fun time and you played really well. I'm just really glad to get through the win. And thank you for streaming. It's always a really great thing to watch these games. So I'm glad you still keep doing them.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's so much fun to watch and especially to interact with the community. That's the biggest thing for me. So if you're listening to this and you haven't liked and subscribed, please do, because that's the only reason I do it, is to have some people to hang out with. I don't make any money off of this. My plans for a yacht are not going anywhere. So it's just for the fun. But I wanted to also thank, for sure, such a pleasure streaming with Mike. We got to meet at Adepticon after talking online for some time, and not only that, did we play in the finals together of the doubles tournament, but we also had lunch just before that, actually, and had really deep conversation about life and all the things, and it was really great, and I'll never forget that. And so thanks, Mike, for coming on the stream, making the color commentary so perfect for tonight's stream.
Oh, thank you, Norbert. That really warms my heart. Meeting you guys was like the highlight of my Adepticon trip. So I remember I told Deaton, I was like, yes, we get to play Norbert and Gil in the final. I was like, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, and for us the same, getting to play against you guys who've always been in the top ranks of various tournaments, it was a thrill. So thanks for coming on tonight.
Yep.
And as I said,
thank you for having me. This was super fun.
Cool. Excellent. I'm glad you think so. And thanks to everybody who are watching tonight and whoever is watching this back on the stream. I'm not sure who will be streaming the finals, but I certainly hope it'll be streamed, and that'll happen anytime between today and a week from now, today being the 8th of April. So hopefully you can watch that match, and we'll see who's the final winner of Season X of the MCP TTS Leagues. Thanks, everybody, and good night.